Today I just wanted to do a small video on the new Valken VMAX loaders. I know there's a lot of people wanting info on this. I know there's a lot of videos made out there, but I'm going to try to make this as detailed as possible and maybe differentiate this from some of the others that I just got here. And I will be posting videos of it shooting and maybe some other cool stuff that I mod or find out about it. Because I've actually been doing paint. I've had almost every single loader, electronic loader that's existed. Definitely within like the past 15 years of paintball. So, and I still have most of them. And I've also, I'm pretty much a master tech with most paintball stuff. So, anyways, here. And you guys probably, if you've seen my channel at all, some of my old videos, a lot of that stuff is just random stuff that I built. But anyways, got the new Valken VMAX here. I'm going to basically do an unboxing too. So it's basically, I think it's like 120 bucks new. It's the black one. It's $10 more for the camo stuff, but I play airball. I don't really care about the woods ball stuff, and I've noticed even when you're playing woods ball, for some reason the camo stuff actually sticks out more. So I always just buy the black stuff, so, or whatever I think personally looks better. So, but anyways, you get the loader. I've actually already opened this, but you get the loader, get your warranty card, and then you get a manual. This is actually, we don't need a box anyways. This is actually very similar to the rotors. Nice color manual. I like how the pages are bigger. And, there's not much to this loader, so, which is pretty cool. And I guess I heard that Dye just jacked up their rotor prices to, like almost $200. Could have been a better time for this bad boy to come out. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think I'm going to like this better than the rotor. Maybe I'll get the scale in here in a minute, if my scale can do it. I have a really scale for lightweight stuff. But basically, I'm pretty sure this is about half the weight of the rotor, and of course now it's almost about half the price. Anyways, as you can see, it's probably about the same size. Does have about the same profile as well from the gun. And just another thing, I've seen a couple notes on this, people asking about this, but if you look here, you see I can't open this when, how a lot of times you open the lid with your finger here? See how it won't open? I mean, I'm seriously like trying really hard, but then I just go like that, and it opens real easy. Just so you know, what that comes from is this, just the lid and what it's attached to just doesn't flex a lot. Because when you actually do that, what you're trying to do is flex the lid open. The problem is, on other loaders, you can flex the lid and what it's attached to a little bit. The lid thing there. So you just have to make sure you use your thumb. It does open very easily and closes very nicely. Give him props for the friction lid. Could have been a lot worse, even though I do like magnets better. Anyways, to open up, it's very simple. There's a tab in here. I know you can't really see it, but you just pull forward towards the front of the loader on it, and then you pull the shell apart, and it opens up very simply. And then, as you can see, this is a lot simpler than the rotors. Definitely not much to it. So, I don't really see how you're going to take the lid out, though, to be quite honest. Because I'm definitely not going to be using this for too long without a speed feed. So, and then anyways, you've got the ball tray like the rotors. What I do like is that it doesn't rely on a spring. You know how the rotor's back one relies on a spring. And when you do that, it can take away some of the ball capacity. And what I've been thinking since I saw the loader is, even on the rotor, even on this loader though too, is this ball tray. They could have made this a lot more dynamic. They could have made it come down a lot more, and it would have fit a lot more balls, as you'll see here when you take it out, which you just kind of pull it out and it just comes out. It just bends. It's just a piece of plastic. There's all this empty room in here and stuff. They really could have done a little bit better job. But this is actually why I think the Valken might be a little bit better than the rotor too, is that with the battery and the board, they're a lot more efficient with the space. As you can see here, let me zoom in. The battery and the board barely take up any space. This is the battery and the board section right here. So that's not very much space, especially compared to a lot of the other loaders. The propeller here is actually very simple. You know, it's not like the Prophecy, even though I do like the Prophecies, you know, where you can set up magnets and all other kinds of settings and stuff. It's actually very simple, kind of like the rotors, but this is more like what they have in like the old eggs. Even I think the Pinocchios use something like this. As you can see, very soft. It's very thin. So I'm not sure how this is gonna do, but it seems like it seems like an alright idea. So, and then to basically take this out, like where the planetary gears would be in the rotor, there's a little thing where my finger is here, and you basically turn it, and it comes unclipped, and you basically just pull this part out. Now, I'm not going to disconnect this or anything, because the only thing, I mean, you can see everything. You can see the board, and the batteries are right under the board. And then you have your main part here, and all it is a motor on the back, very small motor. And then, oops, on the feed neck here, on the bottom there, I don't know if you can see that. On the feed neck, there's another circuit board, and it's got this thing that looks like a little ninja star or something, or like a cowboy spur. It's another way of putting it. And basically, what it does is as the balls move down the feed neck, like the Pinocchio had like a little tape-looking tongue thing sticking out to detect that the balls are moving down the feed stack. This one, these little star things, basically, you know, they feel the ball going down. The ball has to spin it every time it goes down because it's in the way of the feed neck. And gravity's obviously going to pull that ball down, or whatever the force feed loader's, you know, because this is a force feed loader. It's going to push it past it, and basically that's going to set it off. So, and basically I'm just putting this back in the same way I took it off. And as you can see, it's very easy to assemble this loader. There's really nothing to it. I mean, this thing. Now I'm not saying this is such a bad thing, but I mean, this is almost something you could make yourself. I mean, it's a very, 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 very simple loader. Not necessarily a bad thing, though. Alright? And it does run on two 9-volts. I'll show you the battery compartment here in just 1 second. Which should be good for power. It's going to be more expensive, of course, to run it, but I'm assuming here you're going to actually get more shots per battery cycle, and to me that's a little bit better than having to worry about changing your batteries as often. But I'm sure even with like the rotor with the 3 AA's, man, you never have to replace those things. But you know, only time will tell to see how good it really does. And let me get my screwdriver here, and we'll go ahead and open this up. Okay, now that I got the battery door off, and there's basically a screw at the bottom of the battery door. It's just a tiny Phillips head screw. I don't think you guys would really want to watch that. So, and basically you just like you would with like the eggs and the Revies. Oops, I accidentally hit the power button. At least the older ones. I don't know about, you know, if there's any newer. But anyways, you just basically pull it forward and then open it up. And there's two 9-volts in there. Okay. And so it makes for pretty easy battery change. I'm trying to find. Okay, there it is. Basically the plus and minuses are actually right on the battery door. I can't believe I didn't see that. So it makes it nice and easy to see which way it has to go. And I'm not going to put the screw back in. It doesn't really need to be in for this thing to work. But it's cool that they, you know, that they kind of did that. You know, because I know some people, you know, it's a big deal for them to have a screw on their battery door, and you know, for people like me, I don't mind, and it's actually kind of nice that it'll work without the screw. It's almost like just like a little extra option, because this thing doesn't really seem to have a lot of options. But one thing I will say about this loader is that they released it at the perfect time due to Dye raising its price, and this is basically like a Pinocchio mixed with a rotor, in my opinion. This is the way I see it. But I see this loader doing very well because of the price point for the people that don't like the Prophecies. Now, I don't know about this doing better than the Prophecies. I have to, or you know, in my opinion, you know, and I'm not necessarily saying on the market. I'm talking about paintball wise, because you know the prophecies, you can get newer shells. You can change out the shells pretty easily. They have like the board upgrade and numbers of options now. There might end up being something for this, like the seed kit for the rotors. I actually have one of those. Those things are very nice. They might make something for like this, because in my opinion it's a little too simple. Like, I don't like the fact that when you're turning this loader off, I'll actually show you. Okay, you turn it on by just pushing the button. And here's something I do like though, before I get into what I was just saying. You can press the button and it'll, what they call prime the loader, because it's a feeling loader, but every time I've put a pod in, it's done it by itself. Like, I'll show you. If you just put a pod in it. See, did you hear it go by itself? I didn't even have to press the button, but I like how it's there. I'll do a real feed test here in a second, but see, to turn it off, you have to hold it and then let go, but you don't know if it's actually going to turn off, is what I'm saying. So, you just got to kind of hold down on it, and the light doesn't turn red, it doesn't turn green, it doesn't turn solid or anything like that. Nothing changes. You just got to kind of do it, because when I was first playing with it, I was like, why isn't this turning off? You have to. Here's what I did. I hold it and I go like 1 Mississippi, and then I let go, and it turns off. That's an easy way of doing it. And by the way, another thing is, I actually counted how many paintballs this will hold. You guys aren't going to believe this. Manufacturers always say the loaders are going to hold more than they actually do. It says 220 for this. I counted 221. 221. Couldn't have got much closer than that. That's how many paintballs it holds. And what I'm using is, because I know the board with the certain board it differentiates and stuff. This probably bores out to about a 689, 687. One of the bigger paints out there nowadays. Kind of like the regular paint it used to be back in the day. Bored out to about a 689. So, alright. That's about it for this, and I'll go ahead and show you. I'll do a real drop test here. I'll put the paintballs in here. This was actually part of a full pod. Oops, here it is. And see, here's a full with what I already have in there, and this is going to be a full pod. There's actually exactly 140 rounds in there. And then this, I don't know if you can see that, is about 3/4 of a pod, maybe 2/3 of a pod. Oops, I don't have the loader actually on, so it didn't prime. Let me go ahead and turn it on. And see, once again, what I like is it has that nice propeller thing, the nice propeller to feed the balls in. So even if there's like a little malfunction and it's spinning, the star is spinning when it shouldn't, it's nice and soft, so it's not going to break your paint. And as you can see, it easily fits in there. This is 121 balls. Probably could have put a little bit more in there. I'll go ahead and do a drop test here. I don't think it does 30 balls a second, but I don't need that. If it can feed a consistent 12.5, I'll probably be pretty happy with that, or 15, something like that. So. See, that definitely wasn't no 30 balls a second there. Another thing I will have to comment about this loader is it's loud, if you haven't noticed. I don't like that. But, we'll see how it works out on the field, because, usually you're not paying attention to that stuff. Alright, so that's about it. Thanks for watching. I'll probably put a few videos up of this actually shooting, and of course you can always ask me any questions about it.